Liverpool could sign $31 million midfielder, like Thiago, as part of Jürgen Klopp transfer rebuild. Liverpool are reportedly scouting a midfielder who was praised by Pep Guardiola this season and who is similar in style to Thiago Alcântara in his playing style. Hello fan! To stay into everything that happens with Liverpool, like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over the last few years, Liverpool has developed a bit of a habit of integrating one outstanding player from the Championship into Jürgen Klopp's first team every season. In the 2021-22 campaign that was Harvey Elliott, meanwhile this season it's Fabio Carvalho. Neither have really made their mark at Anfield just yet, but it's a smart policy to invest in the future of the club, and there is no better breeding ground for young British talent than England's second tier. But whether Liverpool will continue this trend next season remains to be seen. Certainly, should all the stars align, there should be one exciting young English midfielder knocking on the doors at the club in Jude Bellingham, but whether there will be more, only time will tell. One thing looks evident though. Liverpool hasn't stopped scouting players from the Championship, with the latest player seemingly on the club's scouts' radar being Bristol City midfielder Alex Scott. According to the Daily Mail, Liverpool scouts followed him in action recently for England's U20 side when Scott played a key role in helping the Three Lions beat Germany and draw with France, while coming off the bench in a 4-2 victory over the United States. Just 19 years old, about a month younger than Bellingham, while his fellow Liverpool target was impressing in the Championship, Scott was playing for Guernsey in the Isthmian League, and signed for Bristol City in the same summer Bellingham signed for Borussia Dortmund. Of course, player development is not linear, and Scott's rise since arriving at Bristol City has been impressive. Despite his tender age, he has already played 86 games for his club, with this season in particular being his true breakout campaign. Last season, Scott was still adjusting to the Championship, but this campaign his performances have been dominant, and he has even caught the eye of Premier League managers like Pep Guardiola, who called him an unbelievable player, after Scott caught the eye against Manchester City in the FA Cup, as per Marca. Many in Bristol have given him the sobriquet as the Guernsey Grealish, as per The Athletic, but Scott is distinctly different from the Manchester City winger. For one, Scott prefers playing in more central roles as a midfielder. Comfortable on either side of the midfield, Scott can also slot into deeper positions as a holding midfielder due to his reading of the game, but is probably best suited to a box-to-box role, especially in a three-man midfield like Liverpool's. Where he does resemble Grealish is his ability on the ball. When in possession and in his stride he is difficult to dispossess, and it is no surprise he is the most fouled, 87, player in the Championship this season. But his poise on the ball and press resistance can also be compared to a Liverpool midfielder in Thiago Alcântara. There is a similar aura about Scott when he is in possession, and just like Thiago, he is extremely crucial to his team's build-up play, being able to progress the ball either with passes or dribbles. While Thiago excels in progressive passes per 90, 8.48, Scott still posts impressive numbers in this area, 3.40, but is actually more prolific when it comes to progressing the ball through carries up the pitch, 2.41, as opposed to Thiago, 0.91. Accumulatively though, with 5.61 progressive actions per 90, Scott is not far behind the Liverpool midfielder, who is of course in a league of his own. Crucially though, Scott also creates chances for his teammates. He averages 1.1 key passes per 90 this season and 2.30 shot-creating actions, which are again not far behind Thiago, 1.29 and 3.04. The reason though why comparisons to Thiago are more apt than Grealish is because Scott isn't just an offensive player. Despite being fouled regularly, he is someone who is very reliable in his defensive side of the game, and just like Thiago can control a midfield. In total this season, Scott has averaged 3.17 tackles and interceptions per 90 while Thiago has averaged 4.70 per 90. Among midfielders in the Championship, Scott is particularly useful in making challenges in the opposition's final third, ranking in the 77th percentile as per FBref. There is still a lot to work to do at 19 years old, but there is a promising talent in Scott already. Clearly, he needs to work on his physicality a bit more. Sometimes, he is too easy to push over when in full flow, and that's contributing to the number of fouls he draws.